This is often the Bible verse that we select. In fact, these are two verses that we are going to select today, and they are from chapter number 6 and the first two verses of the Gospel of Matthew. So uh, their title is Showing Off Generosity. Take care not to do your good works before men. So this is what Jesus is telling his disciples and his followers. Take care not to do your good works before men to be seen by them, or you will have no reward from your Father in heaven. And this footnote also is very important to note that in ancient languages, the word Father on such occasions always metaphorically refers to God. It's not in someone physical. It does not refer to a biological father. It refers to God himself. So when you give money to the poor, do not make a noise about it, as the false-hearted men do in the synagogues and in the streets, so that they may have glory from men. Truly, I say to you, they have their reward. So if you make a show off of what you have done, of your goodness, of your righteousness, the praise that you'll get is the reward that you'll get in this world, and then you'll be getting nothing else in the hereafter. So Jesus is advising his disciples. He is counseling them that when you do good, hide it. Don't make it an issue out of, and don't brag before other people. Don't think that this is something which is not known to God. God knows whatever small good you do, or whatever big good you do, even if it's done in secret. So our conscience and our intention has to work in a way that we try to impress God instead of impressing other people. And showing off other people, of course, diminishes the very value and the very purpose for which charity is done. Because if you want ourselves to be spiritually elevated, then the more that righteous act remains between ourselves and our God, the more it is going to be beneficial for us. And the more we show off, and the more we make this pretense and put up a false show of pretense, the more it's going to be damaging. In fact, it is something which might lead us to grave consequences in the hereafter. So this is what Prophet Jesus has beautifully summed up. He said that don't think that this is something that's going to gain reward from you. In fact, if you do that, you will have no reward from God. All the reward that you wanted was that people should praise you, and they have. So you have already gained the reward that you wanted. So why would you now think that God is also going to reward you? So it's a very important thing that all of us need to understand, that as far as righteousness is concerned, as far as virtue is concerned, this has to be done in a way that we are not showing off. Excuse me, alhamdulillah. So it has to be in a way that we do it when it remains between ourselves and the Almighty. Yes, there are instances, there could be exceptions in which you would like other people to know. For example, if you'd like your children, if you'd like your students, if you like people who belong to your sphere of authority and influence, that they are also encouraged to do good things. So at times you need to do these acts of virtue before them. But then the intention is entirely different. It's not that you'd like to show off yourselves before people. It is that you would like to teach people, especially the younger generation, that you have to be a generous person, and that generosity must not be flaunted. It must not be displayed before other people. It has to remain between ourselves and our Almighty. So yes, there is this exception in which we can disclose what we have done, but then the purpose here has to be to teach other people, to motivate them, and to influence them into doing these good works.